Hi, this is Rob and Ali sharing with you our passion of all things cruise and travel. We've put together a little mini series of videos which is for first-time cruisers or those who are thinking of possibly cruising, and this is called Cruise Like a Boss. First up, we're going to tell you some terminology that we think you might find useful. So, first up, the person who cleans your, room. The person who cleans your room or your cabin is called a cabin steward or a stateroom attendant.
That's their official titles from speaking to a few of them. Apparently the modern terminology is stateroom attendant.
Yes. Okay, next one, muster. Now, a muster means to gather people, and muster is required on all cruise ships that people who are going on the cruise, all the guests, need to go through a muster drill, which means you get shown the procedure if there's going to be an emergency evacuation, such like a fire or the ship is sinking or something, and they'll show you how to put your life jacket on, where your life jacket is situated, and where to muster, where to gather if there is an emergency situation, and that is called your muster station. The muster station will be on your key card to your room and on the back of your door. If all else fails, you just find your way. The staff will tell you which way to go.
Muster used to be where everybody gathers together. It used to be quite a big affair and takes a long time. Everybody gathered in the theatre and you get a lecture and one thing. And today it's much simpler. These days it's much simpler, and it generally consists of watching a 5-10 minute video in your stateroom, and attending at your muster station so that you know where it is and you get ticked off. Get ticked off at it.
You're ticked off the list.
You get recorded as having attended and will be shown how to use your life jacket. Now, this is required by maritime law on all cruise ships, so if you try and avoid it, you will be caught out and you will be called to do a separate muster drill. So, best thing, get it done with.
Our advice, get it done as soon as you get on board before you do anything else. Just get that
out of the way.
It's only a few minutes
these days.
Absolutely. A tender. Now, the tender is the boat. If your cruise ship, I said boat. If your cruise ship cannot get into port and has to anchor away from the shoreline, you will have to get a tender. So that's a little boat that draws up alongside your ship, your cruise ship, and takes you across to land. Sometimes they will hire tender boats from the port they're at, and sometimes they will use the lifeboats. So the lifeboats will come down off your cruise ship and you will get on those. They hold quite a lot of people, and some of them have an open top and some of them don't, but that is your tender, and you will hear that expression quite a lot during your cruise. Now, the other one was, I said boat, and it's ship. So you should refer to your cruise ship as a ship and not a boat. Okay, your room is a cabin or a stateroom. Stateroom and cabin have equal status.
They are exactly the same. A cabin and a stateroom is the same. So if somebody says stateroom, it doesn't mean say they've got a posher room. No.
Yeah. It's
cabin.
The same. The floors on a ship are called decks, and the decks are numbered from lower to higher, the same as sort of in an apartment. Quite often cruise ships do not have a deck 13.
Yes, quite often they don't have a deck 13. One particular deck that you need to bear in mind is the Lido deck. Lido deck is the deck with the pool on.
Yes, and it's normally about kind of 9 or higher. It's dependent on the size of the ship, obviously. So that has the pool, the outdoor pool, and the sort of sunbathing area, that sort of area. Okay, and then we have what's the difference between a captain and a cruise director? And are there always boats on a cruise ship?
Yes, they are. And yes, I would be quite happy for my captain to be my cruise director, but I'd be a little bit concerned if my cruise director was my captain, because the captain is the person who's responsible for all our safety. He's responsible for getting us to where we are going. He steers the ship, and he has overall control of everybody that works on board the ship.
And actually passengers. He actually is the boss. Yeah. He is in control.
And he does have, I was going to say special powers, special privileges. So he does have the power to arrest people, detain them, sometimes has the ability to be able to marry them. There are a whole heap of things that Captain. Anyway, Captain is the person he's the main man. The cruise director is the person who looks after our entertainment and makes sure that we're all happy. Cruise director organises the activities, organises the shows, organises all the other entertainment, and generally speaking, you will see him or her around the ship. A good cruise director, you will know their name very quickly, and you will see them around quite a bit.
They can make or break a cruise.
They certainly can make or break a cruise, yeah.
The difference between the term port and the terminal, or the cruise terminal. So the port is the whole area where the ships, so it can be cruise ships or what's the word I'm thinking of, just like other kind of merchant ships and other ships, and so the port, that's where the land and sea kind of meets, and they dock alongside. That's the port. That's the whole area. The terminal is sort of the building, the structure where you will go in, you check your bags in and check yourself in, and maybe go through passport control and that sort of thing. So you can get to a port, and the terminal, or your cruise terminal, might actually be quite a way off. So if you're off on a trip on your own, it's important to remember that if you tell a taxi driver you're going to a certain port, the terminal is where you should be heading, not just the port. Can be quite a big difference in the size and how you get there.
I thought you were going to say port and starboard, and while we're doing that, so
yes,
port and starboard are the sides of the ship. Port is left, starboard is right. That's all we've got to say. It's like, the way I remember it is port has 4 letters and left has 4 letters. So that's how I remember it. The back of the ship is aft, and the front of the ship is forward.
Very good.
Guest service is basically your reception. It's where you will go to if you have any queries, any issues, if you want to put some cash onto your cruise card, anything guest related, guest services. It is what it says.
Yeah, the place to go and ask for things. The gangway, this is where you get on and off the ship. So either when you're disembarking at the end of your cruise, or at each port of call.
Do not confuse gangway with gangplank.
Yes.
They're very different.
Gangway is what will take you off. And you will see little signs with arrows saying gangway this way, and that means way out, basically. This is the way to get off the ship. So I think that's pretty much all the terms, is it? Have I forgotten anything?
No, there's a couple of things. One we will see quite a bit is MDR. MDR stands for, you'll see this quite a bit in some of the social media forums. MDR stands for main dining room. This essentially, there could be one, could be more. This essentially is your included dining room where you will go and sit and be served your meals. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, depending on their opening times. MDR, main dining room, is where your included dining room is. Included dining is. Okay.
And I think that's pretty much all the different terminology that you will need for now.
Cruise card. I'm going to throw one in there.
Oh no, well we've got a separate one on all the things your cruise card will do.
That's true. But your cruise card is what you use on board for basically everything. It's called different things, called sail and
I don't know. Key card.
Sign and sail.
Key card or whatever. Yeah. But we have a separate video, watch the next one, that will tell you all about your key card or your cruise card and what that's all about. Thank you for joining us on Cruise now. Like a Boss. You never get in trouble for me.
If you've liked this video, please hit like. hit subscribe and hit the notification button if you want to see more of our videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye. Give me a kiss then. Mwah. People considering going on our cruise? No. On a cruise. Hi, this is Robin. Oh, that was...
What the heck?
The person that attends to you in your cabin is your cabin steward. Steward.
The gangway is the area where you exit the boat in order to get onto the land.
Robert said boat. It's a ship. We could spend all day on that one.